Hello, folks. We had a bit of a recorder malfunction last video when I was doing the head. So I'm going to just take you through what I did. I have it done, but the video unfortunately did not survive. So I want to take you through what I did. It's nothing new. It's just more of the same. So you may actually be glad to have missed all the extracting and so forth. But what I did first, after adding some doodads down here, as you can see, it's gotten a little fancy. If you recall, we had quite the adventure with the caps lock key the other time. But what I did first was use that mesh extract source, and I popped that in there. You can ignore this for now. And it looked really kind of cool. In fact, it looked almost like a giant cockpit, which I thought was neat. But you can also see it does a good job. It just fills in the little areas underneath these little pieces here, so it does a good job for that. But I was tempted just to kind of keep this as a regular old cockpit, but then I decided, I really want to have in the render, I really want to have like an obvious eye type thing. So I started adding things, and I extract in this little piece here. These are little pieces that are going to go on either side of the eye, and the eye itself. What I did was really simple. I masked off part of this. I extracted it. And then I just pushed in that same masked spot on the underpinning. So now it just sits right in there. And right now it might look goofy because but I put a canopy over top of that. So let's see the canopy. Well, first of all, here I just masked off some strips, and this is like the window frame for this. On the top of this little part, I masked off a spot that looks just like this and extracted it. So as you can see, now it kind of covers up the eyes a little bit. We have a nice little bit of covering there. On top of that, just a couple little plates of armor here to kind of go with the with the theme. I'm still going to add a couple little things up there, but for the most part, that's where we were. Okay, I went through that and we just kind of played around with these pieces. Let me select the eyes here so they stand out a little more. Let's find the eyes. That's not the eyes. Yeah, the eyes. So you can see, that's how the eyes stand out. I'm planning on, maybe doing a little bit of a rim here on the edge of this piece of armor, but I think that should be good on its own. One thing I might do, right here in this top, there's some question as to what these things are. Well, in a way, this is armor for the head, but what I could do, what I'd like to do probably, is put like a little opening here, like a little trap door that whoever's driving this might use to get in. And I only do that only because I use that in my concept mesh, and I just thought that was a fun idea. So I'm just going to go to my insert machine mesh parts brush here, and just there's where's the door? I'm sure there it is. It's called a brace, but to me it looks like a trap door. So I'm going to go to my brush right here and just pop that in. Does not quite fit where it is, so let's just rotate this down a little bit and rotate it around. Okay, and let's move this forward. Another thing you missed because of the video was my adventure with the transpose tool. This is always an adventure. Because I just don't have that knack to understand intuitively, how this thing is best used. It's a fine tool. There's nothing wrong with the tool. It's completely me, but it is a problem I have. So I'm just going to squash this down a little bit. Okay, so I just wanted to have a little hint of an opening here, something that can be used as a way in for whoever the pilots are. And I'm now wondering whether or not this would be a Navy thing or an Army thing. Probably an Army thing, but I now feel better. He's got that little opening on his top. All right, so that being said, we have the head pretty much done. I want to add some details up here, just to play. I'm going to add a Z-sphere chain, kind of a tube coming from here to here, and but that's all stuff that's kind of, we've done that before. So let's actually move on to the arms. and get finished with this guy, so we can actually render him out and be terrified of the awesomeness that he is. That was a joke, but okay. So let's actually go to our arms here. Let's find our base mesh. I wonder if this guy is actually missing his arms, or if his arms are just hidden. There they are. They were just hidden. Awesome. Okay, so let's isolate this guy. And we don't need anything except for his arms. So let's go to our select lasso tool and hold down Control and Shift, and then hold down Alt and get rid of that. I just want to make sure, though, I don't want to accidentally get rid of any part of the arm that is important. So I'm just going to err on the side of caution here. And we don't need these right now, so we can get rid of those. Alright, I'll zoom in, get a little closer, and get rid of the chest part too. So we have arm pieces. That's all we have. That's all we need. I'm sorry, I think that was loud. What I want to do is I want to use the topology tool here. So with that in mind, we really don't actually, it probably makes no sense to use something quite so detailless as that. How about this guy? This guy has arms left? This guy is armless. So he's useless to us. We can delete him. My subtool palette by the end of working is often this horrible mess of just destroyed pieces that I've used and then discarded. So we're going to use this guy as our guide, and doesn't that make more sense since the arm's actually there? And going to delete these, not delete, but you know, and I'm just going to do one side, so I'll just mirror it over. Okay. Of course, how about we do this side, because if I do a mirror and weld, then that will be the side to use. Alright, so we have this little tiny piece here, and this is going to be great. I'm going to use this as my guide for my topology brush. And I am going to, first of all, let's duplicate this so I have another version in case I need to use one. And this guy, I'm going to delete the hidden stuff on. So it's just this little piece. I'm going to rename this arm ref for arm reference. And I am going to save this, export this tool as an OBJ. I'm just going to call it arm ref. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to save it as a tool as well. I tend to oversave, but I think it's not a bad idea. As you can see, if you saw that briefly, you saw that I have about 40 versions of this saved right now, and that's you know, that's just par for the course for me. I tend to do that. All right, so let's bring everything back and make sure we have everything looking good. I'm going to save this scene, and again, you know, I'll say this a lot, but you want to save over and over again. See, my robot tool is now at 38. And it's just always a good idea. I also have this saved as a project because, again, you can never be too careful. I wanted to actually, during this training, I had a project go a little bit funky on me, and I couldn't get it back. Now, I save it as a tool, so in case a project happens again, I can just grab the tool and it's good to go. So here's my guy. And now, let's start a whole new lesson for this. So in the next lesson, we're going to begin the arm. We're going to go into our Z-sphere, our topology mode, and we're going to create that arm. So this was a brief one. I just wanted to kind of get us caught up as to where we were and what our goals are for the next couple lessons here. So we're going to finish up the arms probably pretty quickly, probably about 3 or 4 lessons, and then it's all about rendering. So I'll see you in the next video.